Now, crypto prices may not be performing the way that everybody wants, but my goodness, the news keeps getting better and better. And if we close our eyes for a minute, we don't look at the prices, but we look at the news. Guys, this is one of the best times that we have ever seen to invest in cryptocurrency. Now, we're going to be talking about some of that news in the video today. It says XRP news: ETFs are set to attract billions in the first year. So let's discuss it. If it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay, and we've seen it in Ethereum. We've seen it in Bitcoin, right? Billions of dollars in ETF inflows since they were approved, I believe last year, but I forget exactly when the timing was now. But we're talking about trillion-dollar coins. Bitcoin is a $2.1 trillion coin. Ethereum, a $500 billion coin. So when we're talking about $1 billion in inflows on a $2 trillion coin, yes, it has a positive impact. We've seen Bitcoin go from $60,000 to $109,000. But when we start talking about billions of dollars in inflows on a $100 billion coin, guys, we could watch the price skyrocket, not by 5-10%. but by more than double, triple, or even quadruple, depending on how many billions of dollars in inflows there really are. So let's discuss this. It says that XRP is once again in the spotlight, with analysts forecasting that exchange-traded funds tied to the cryptocurrency could attract billions of dollars in inflows within the first year of trading. Following the success of Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, investor demand is quickly expanding to include other large-cap digital assets. Ripple's legal victories and expanding partnerships and cross-border payments have positioned XRP as one of the top candidates for institutional investment products. Traders and analysts alike are now speculating that such ETFs could mean XRP's price trajectory, which targets stretching beyond $3.60 to $4 if institutional flows materialize. At the same time, they're also looking at other cryptocurrencies like these here. It says why this matters for XRP. Exchange-traded funds have transformed access to cryptocurrencies by offering investors a regulated, liquid, and easily tradable product. Bitcoin ETFs launched earlier this year in the U.S. saw cumulative inflows exceeding $30 billion, while BlackRock and Fidelity leading the way. Ethereum ETFs are now in development, with analysts expecting billions of more in demand. XRP's inclusion in this trend could be monumental. Analysts project that XRP ETFs could draw between $3 and $5 billion in their first year, a scale that would significantly tighten the supply and push prices higher. For comparison, XRP's market cap is just under $160 billion, meaning ETF inflows of that size could have an outsized impact. Absolutely. Guys, and I don't think that this is going to just, completely ignore the bull and bear market cycles. I still do believe that we're going to see a peak in 2025 here. We may see a little bit of a pullback. But as these ETFs materialize, as more and more investors buy into these cryptocurrencies, guys, we are just scratching the surface. It's nothing for a company to be worth $100 billion to $1 trillion these days. Imagine when that's the same for crypto. Now, it might be 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, but all of these billion-dollar projects could soon be $100 billion projects, trillion-dollar projects. And XRP is leading the way with one of the major altcoins getting ETFs. Now, Solana and Cardano are also on that list, so I choose to diversify. One of the places that I am accumulating is the KCEX exchange. You guys got a link for that down in the description below. Yes, you can trade XRP on the KCEX exchange if we can find it here. I may have passed it, so you got to type it in. But XRP is available to be traded. Currently sitting at $2.75. Yes, it's pulled back a little bit here, but you can trade XRP on up to, 75x leverage? Yes, 75x leverage with some of the cheapest fees, 0.01% taker fees in the entire industry. Also, do not forget to diversify your portfolio, and one of the ways that I am diversifying is through these tiny little brand new meme coins. So you got exact links for everything down in the description below. Let me know what you're buying, and until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.